Hi, we're Ian and Julie. Follow us on our tiny homestead and our debt-free project of a lifetime, the building of our shipping container home here in the Pyrenees, and all of this alongside our full-time jobs.
Hi guys!
Hi there from the Pyrenees, I'm Julie and this is Ian, and if you're new to the channel, we are building our off-grid container home here in the French Pyrenees. We have finally started. We have laid blocks. The build is started. That's it, we're doing it.
So you saw in our last video that we actually came out of the ground. We laid the first course of block, which was the most important course, of course, no pun intended, but we had to get it level and plumb and all the rest of it. Oh, and it took ages. It took nearly a whole week. Plus the fact there was yeah, these aren't how-to videos, okay, but we're using a brand new system to us, which is the French system called Bloc Bancher, and we'll go through that in a minute. But we're back on site. We've got the ton of rebar to get stuck in there, and all of those blocks in the background to put on this wall. So if you love these videos, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe and the little notifications as well, because hopefully we'll be pushing along with this now, and within the next few weeks we'll be actually having the garage structure, because we are starting with the garage. The structure should be near enough complete and dried in. So right, another full day ahead of us.
No more soft hands. Just a quick explanation of the French system, obviously, that we're using. It's called Bloc Bancher. So these concrete blocks, every 25 centimetres, each block has a vertical upright steel, and for each course that we lay, we have to put in 2 rows of the rebar, and each block has little indents where the rebar sits. So now we've put this first crucial layer of block in. It's all level and plumb. The next job now is for us to go round, put the first layer of 2 rows of rebar in before we can start placing the next block. And each block row, again, we repeat the same process, 2 more rows of rebar, and we just continue that all the way to the final height of the wall.
Well, that seems to work. So it was easy, as you saw in the last video or the one before, bending all the rebar in the workshop with our bench vise and the big bar, but we forgot we don't have anything to bend it with on site. So I did have my 80 centimetre excavator bucket here, and it just had a couple of holes, probably for the side teeth, so it seems to work. So I think we'll carry on doing that way.
Where the 2 rebars meet, we're not sure if this is really necessary, but we just feel happier doing this. But the little metal ties that we have, I'm just using those, going around joining the 2 rebar rods together so there's no movement. I'll just loop them through the rebar, and there's 2 holes, 2 loops either end. It's a bit tedious, and just keep pulling up as it tightens.
So here we've just bent around the corners, so you knock these little chunks out which are marked, so you can do it either side or at the end, and yeah, just follow it around 90 degrees. First corner block. Feels strange just placing them without any mortar between them, but the inside concrete that we're going to fill will hold it all together. None of this safety Sally here. Two little safety sausages. Keeping an eye on us. Yeah? Right, this is the first of the straight blocks, and I'm just going to show you where it interlocks. So just down here there's a groove in the corner block, just there, and this groove here should just sit inside. So all of this system is interlocking, and the system also asks that it basically there is at least 1/3 overhang. Now most blockwork systems are half and half, isn't it? So you'll go over a joint with half a block, but to save cutting so many of these blocks to make that half, because this is 200 wide, the blocks are 50, so each corner I'd be cutting off 20 and then having to cut off another 5. So you may as well just leave them straight, and as long as it's over 1/3, they say that's correct.
Three blocks. We're on the 3rd row.
I'm in hot work still. We haven't had a blooming cold day yet. Oh dear. So we're getting 3 rows of block up, and then we got to start filling it with concrete. Now they say you can go the whole 7 rows or whatever, but I prefer to do it in smaller chunks, and at the same time we can plumb it all up as well. It's near enough there. You'd hope so, wouldn't you, with all these engineered bricks, but so 1 more row complete, and then on with the mixer.
This is a good sign. 2 empty pallets. Our stack of blocks are slowly going down.
Well, that is all 3 courses complete all the way around. So it's a bit late now to start filling it with mortar, and I've got to make a little shutter box so it'll direct the sort of concrete down into the gaps of the block. So I'm going to do that tonight. Meanwhile, Julie's just putting the blocks in groups of 8 all the way around, and that will free up the space where we have the blocks to get more sand, gravel and cement delivered, because we won't have enough. I think in calculation it's 7 cubic meters of concrete that's needed to fill all of this. So we're going to tidy up the site and come back in the morning and get that first, hopefully, 1.5 cubic of meter of concrete in there. Whew. It's done me warm work. I hope the rest of this build is going to be a bit easier. So we'll see you in the morning. Bye for now. Right, I've had a lot of comments on the my last video regarding the gravity of the Pyrenees, and to say that I should be able to empty this IBC down into that IBC. So I did try before, and I did a lot of sucking on my pipe, but nothing came out. So I'm going to give it another go, just to see whether it'll work, because if it does work, then it's perfect. I can just leave this here and then drive off and let it do its own thing. So let's see what happens. As you can see, I've got some flow, not a great deal, but if it empties all out, that'll be enough. Okay, you guys are all right. It does work. It's just my hose is a bit taut now. So I will try and secure this, and then I can just leave it going. Quick securing, but it's flowing out really well. Right. Let's get the lip off this. $250 by 500. It was actually 4.6. 4.6. I don't blow.
Everything I do is wrong.
Well, that's my little trough made. It nearly looks like the drawing, but just all made out of scraps of wood I found in the garage. Hopefully it'll make it a lot easier because you'll just be able to pour straight in and not get it everywhere. Alright, this is the idea. So every sort of block and a half, as you can see, we should be able to just dump the bucket straight over and it should slide straight in while the other is vibrating all of it into all the gaps. So hopefully this should work. We need a few more buckets.